What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part nice of my Total Warhammer 3 Ikit Claw Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, it may as well have been a Corporal campaign, as the entire episode centered around Corporal's destruction of the Ironbrow Expedition Dwarf's armies. 3 armies fell in quick succession, and Corporal's army remains at pretty much full HP, with slight damage on the Giants, which are the only units here that can't heal, either via healing potion or Scalm, or via the post-battle Eat the Captives option. Now, before we get to the next portion of, or this turn, I suppose, I just want to mention one quick thing. For those who don't know, the votes or the polls for the next campaigns are up in the community tab on the channel. So if you're interested in seeing a particular faction, both in vanilla and in SFO Grimhammer 3, the soon-to-be-released mod that I very much love, please do go ahead and vote. Even if your faction doesn't win, I do like to gauge the interest in particular factions when choosing the campaigns afterwards as well, so there's always a good reason. Anyway, as for what we're going to do this turn, let's actually start with spending some warp fuel. It's been a while and I've been meaning to upgrade the Doomflayers. Their main line is the only one where we haven't unlocked everything, so we should probably try to unlock the Black Hole Flayers. Plus, I've been meaning to get more Doomflayers in several armies and base them around them a little bit more, so these guys should be upgraded. In that light, we gotta get them Propeller Knife Blades, which is the best thing. Gonna cost us some food, but, you know, it'll be worth our time. Melee Defense and Ward Save is very strong upgrade. I just want to double check that there isn't anything. Ooh, yeah, so Scorch isn't a particularly good spell, but -3 or 4 mana cost reduction, and miscast base chance reduction for all Doomflayer character mounts, although that probably doesn't do much. At least the Scorch reduction should maybe make it worth casting. I think that might be worth our time. Let's just keep taking a look at everything that we have here. Warpstone detonation for characters on Doomflayer mounts. Not entirely sure what that is, but we will find out, but probably not this time. And Overload. Well, we gotta get the spiked armor plates. It doesn't help characters, but it does help the Doomflayers themselves. And then let's go for bio interfaces for that upgrade. We'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more upgrades for the unlocks there, but we're getting there, and we do get an alloy shield for free, which isn't too bad. Missile resistance on Doom Wheel mounted lords is very valuable, as that's pretty much the only way that they can be killed. It's unlikely that they get caught by cav and stuff. Now, that did cost some food, but hopefully we can get it back via 2 methods. First of all, Morphific. You are going to siege Karazakarak. And we're probably going to auto-resolve this in a second. There's no need to fight this, mostly because we have 3 stacks here, and the enemy is just too weak for us to need to. I just want to make sure we move everybody into proper positions, like so. And another one, just because it's fairly likely that these guys will attack us. If you go into ambush stance as well, Plague Rogue, I'd like you to move right here. I doubt that that one army is going to attack us, but you never know. You're gonna go here. Ooh, wait. If we sack... Wait, is this worth anything? It's worth 10k. Okay, yeah, fine, we should probably sack it. And in fact, I'm now wondering whether we should put it up at tier 4. It does have a gemstone. I wonder how much money it would be generating for us. Tier 4 will cost a lot of food, however, which is kind of an issue. Well, either way, Plague Roll can move up. Let's hope that Plague Roll doesn't die. He's had problems already with these auto-resolves. Just to check, so no deaths here, no deaths here, and no deaths here. So Plague Roll is currently just below half HP at 2.7k. Let's find out what this takes him down to. And there's certainly some damage in Plague Roll. Once again, but it's very badly hurt, while Morphific does not. Okay, I feel like there's something wrong with Plague Roll. Some reason that the auto-resolve doesn't like him in particular, because Morphific is also on a Doom Wheel. And it's very strange that where Morphific is completely fine, and Morphific should have been into the battle first by the auto-resolve because he is the main army. Very strange. Well, either way, we are going to sack this place. And let's see, Morphific, are you able to recapture it? No. Okay, perfect. Well, not perfect, but that's why we want Plague Rogue to do it. And then I guess, you know, it is very expensive. This is going to take us down to 763, 100 food short, which is quite a bit, to be fair. On the other hand, we really don't want to lose the place, and we may have to actually use it as a main bulwark against the orcs there. And it's a pretty decent province. You know what? Yeah, fine. Take it to tier 4. Our food has been pretty good so far. And there you go, Plague Rogue. Hopefully you can heal up. Everybody else is going to be hurt, but maybe, just maybe, that'll bait this army into actually attacking us, which would be nice. You can't go into any kind of stance, unfortunately. We might get an interception as well. Now, can we build anything special there? No. That's a little bit unfortunate. I feel like the Skaven should definitely have a special settlement over here. Ooh. Wait a second. So compared to a normal settlement, even Black Crag, or even, what more importantly, Carrick Peaks, where we do have special settlements, or special buildings, we can build a lot of stuff here. Okay, well that's just great. And I'm not saying that sarcastically. We need you, we need you, we need you, we need you. And if we we could build the rubbish pit. We very well could. But we could also build some military buildings here. If nothing else, we probably want an arsenal and a construction cavern. And this will give us a 10% recruitment cost reduction, which isn't nothing. You know what, let's build this for now, but I might replace it with a pestilent nave and a laboratory. Maybe. But yeah, this place should be generating a very decent amount of cash very quickly. Alright, lovely. Next up, we want Corpable to finish off these units. Now, just in case, I think what we'll want to do here... Do we want to risk auto-resolve? I don't think so. The reason is that that other army is nearby, and if there is another army nearby that we can't see due to the fog of war, we really don't want that other army coming in and badly damaging Corporables. So we're going to deploy, we're going to have the Jezzails quickly kill the enemy, and the enemy troops will just do it on max speed to preserve Corpable's army. After his heroic efforts over the last couple of episodes, I really don't want him to suddenly die because we get greedy. Anyway, Jezzails move up, everybody else can just stand all the way back here. Enemies may come to us, but it won't matter. I guess you guys can come back here as well. There you go. Giants maybe don't want to be in front of the cannons. And hey, did I miss a giant star deployment? Yes, good. Jezzails, good. Alright. Speed it up to max. Let's see about those enemy units. There they are. They're coming towards us. Cannons. Oh, they're deploying out there. Well, that's just fine. And the Jezzails will take care of them. Or at least I'll try to take care of them. Taking quite a while to do so. And yeah, you fire on this, you fire on this. What is this kind of unit? It's a Longbeard unit. Okay, that's fine. Alright, Jezzails, keep it up. One of you finish off that Slayer unit. The other one go for the enemy Lord unit. And we may want to get a Vermintide in front of all this in a few seconds, but let's speed it up to max for a little while. There we go, Slayers go down, and oh, the enemy reinforcements probably moved onto the field, which forces the Slayers to move back. Poor AI. Kinda feel bad for it, but not so bad that we're gonna stop this. There we go. And yeah, you know the auto-resolve would have killed like 100 Storm Vermin or something, at least. So there was absolutely no reason to trust it. There we go, a decisive victory. Wait, what about the reinforcement? I guess it doesn't matter. Huh. Loss of 0. Weird. Is the reinforcing army destroyed, or did they get to run away? Maybe they just ran off the field. A little bit unfortunate if they survive, but once again, can't really do anything about it. Alright, come on now. These things take very long when I don't cut them out via editing. The loading screens, I mean. Alright, there we go. Only one food for that? Damn. Maybe we should have auto-resolved. I was expecting way more food. Fortunately, the second army did die, and we can move back into channeling stance, which I guess we're going to do. And we are still in our own territory, so we can move forward. This does put us a little bit closer to Karak Zorn, but we do want to move towards it, so we might as well. Yeah. Alrighty, now, what else do we have to do this turn? So there are several things. First of all, Bok the Lethal. You have to prepare for the onslaught of the orcs. And considering they have giants and Arachnaroks, you're definitely going to be needing some Jezzails. We're going to delete 4 units of clan rats. I think you're not going to join us. You are going to hopefully recruit 4 Warplock Jezzails. Definitely gonna need those. Hopefully we will be able to recruit those. I'm not entirely sure. It really depends on how exactly Dusty acts. If he sacks Uzkalak and then moves back here in one turn, the recruitment will fail, which will be unfortunate. But it's not like we can do anything about it right now. Local recruitment capacity doesn't offer anything better than what we currently are getting, so I guess this is what we're going with. I suppose we could go with more Warplock Jezzails, but it's probably not, it's not worth our time. We could delete the clan rats and replace them with something like Plague Monks, for example. Or even a couple of warp grinders to stop enemy masses of units, but if we need to hold walls in Karak Vlag, the clan rats will at least have some purpose, though I suppose the warp grinders could as well. But once again, if we fail in the recruitment, not so great. You know what, I feel like I'd rather not risk it. And just do with what you got, or deal with it with the army that you currently have, and then we'll see. Ikit. You're just here to slightly damage those armies if you can. It doesn't really matter what you do. You're just a temporary lord. We could even... Oh, you're disciplined? Oh, it's kind of a waste, but oh well. Let's get your Crack's Call, I guess. Wait, how much mana? 55. You could cast it once. Alternatively, we get 2 points into engineering skill and slightly upgrade our Plague Claw catapults. I think like Crack's Call is probably the better option here. Especially since he's gonna die. Let's call him Mutant number 4. Number 4. There we go. Many a mutant clone, and you don't have anything that will be wasted. Good, you don't have any hero that'll die, which is also good. Ooh, speaking of heroes, several things we want to do. We know that Snitch will be here eventually. Snitch will want 2 Eshin Sorcerers. He'll be the only army that has them. Well, at least the only army that has 2 of them. 1 and 2. And there we go. Then Snitch will want Assassins, but the Assassins that we can summon currently are pretty darn garbage. So, we're going to summon Assassins, 1 by 1, I guess. Oh, wow, we need more Assassin capacity. I didn't even realize that we didn't have any. I'm gonna summon these guys and we're gonna replace them. I know this is kind of a waste of money, but, well, I'd really love for Snitch to have a good army when he comes back. What about here? Oh, we do have a Weapon Master. Another Corpable. We do have a Weapon Master, Pack Master. And I did want to get more of these guys for Throt here. Oh, look, Typhus Rat is nearby. Ooh, also Ronin. Other Ronin. Other Ronin? We have a lot of Ronin rats. It's starting to get slightly confusing. You move up there. I'd also like Bok to start moving towards these Dwarfen armies. Ignore Siegfried here. Ronin is in a good place. Throt. Where do we move you? I think what we need to do... Well, we should probably heal up. There's probably a lot of enemy armies nearby. You know what? Just wait here. We'll see. And I guess we can delete this Skaven slave unit and put Typhus Rat in there. At least for now. Alrighty. I don't think anything can reach us. We might be able to intercept an army if there is in fact an army nearby, but otherwise, I think we're reasonably safe for now. Alrighty. What else do we need to act? What else do we need to do here? Morphific and Shife. You guys are good, and yeah, I know that there's a bunch of skill points to assign, but I generally, once again, like to assign them before we fight. The Mutant, yes, you were waiting for your 3 warp fire throwers, and possibly another engineer. Though, you know what? See, another engineer would add, what, 25 missile strength to these guys? Because Ikits do about 100 damage per shot, right? Or 98 or something like that? Would another one be more worth it than another unit of Warplock Giselles? Maybe. I mean, we can't discount ballistics calibration and stuff like that. I'll think about it. We'll see. We do have a limited amount of Warlock Engineers we can build, and... oh, there is a cunning one. Mutant is strong, but he is also cunning. I wish Mutant would get badly mutated. That'd be great in combination with Strong. You know, let's summon the Cunning Warlock Engineer for now. He might join Mutant or might not, we shall see. In fact, we should also take a look at the other guys. We do need, 1,000 gold per Plague Priest. You know what, we'll wait on those, I think. Let's summon one of these guys, Sharp Teeth Toxodon. Delete you. And I want the other one for Throt. Where's the nearest Packmaster summon? Probably pretty far. Nuln? Can we summon Packmaster here? Nope. Looks like we have to summon it all the way over at Hell Pit. Unless Prague? No, there's nothing at Prague. Alright. Weapon Master it is. I know there's already another Weapon Master, Packmaster, so... actually, Tough would be much better on Packmasters, wouldn't it? Because when they're on their mounts, they're already quite good in terms of their offensive stats. For example, if we take a look at Shife here, his Packmaster Remamute. He's at 47, 42. He's on his Broodcore. It feels like we would get more benefit by getting armor and melee defense. Well, I'll keep an eye on those. Packmasters are surprisingly fragile. It's only surprisingly because they're on those root horrors. Anyway, that's more or less decided. Now, Boilerin, I want you to transfer to the Mutant his Warp Fire Throwers. Like so. Mutant's now at 20 out of 20, and he's ready to move. Away you go. Boilerin, you are going to return to Skavenblight, where you will continue your recruitment. Mechanigear, you are also cunning, so we can keep you nearby. And Boilerin is going to start recruiting Lord Skrolk's army, under the assumption that Lord Skrolk will come back. Also, we got Mutant number 2. Strategist. You know, I don't like Strategist, so we'll probably get a superior Mutant clone and replace him here, but for now, we're going to travel him up to where these 3 armies are. These 3 armies are probably going to become 2, maybe 3 armies, depending on how we're going to retool them. Several of the units need to join several other armies. We just need, like, some space to clear this stuff out, damn it. Alrighty, well, let's see who else needs to move in the meantime. Throt is good where he is. He's healing up nicely. Obside, Scalpite, I don't remember who you are. Oh, right. You're the other temporary army that's supposed to head down to the Deadhead Monoliths. Kind of a waste, but, you know, it's, meh. And we could try to put the Feral Manticores in another army. And we probably will at some point, but now is not that time. And let's see, Mechanigear, we already checked you. Ratmech, you are trying to find the dwarfs here, specifically to repeatedly steal their tech. Just keep going.
Don't think so.
I wonder where the Beastmen are. They're still alive, as I understand it, because they tried to make a deal with us previously. And by Beastmen, I mean Torox specifically. I guess we'll find them later. Alrighty, and I believe that's it. We still have 15k to spend on some building, I suppose. Alright. Building it is. Not you, Fort Saul. Certainly not you, Helmgard. Certainly not you, Mordheim, as you will probably die next turn. Let's go with... Carcassonne does need a tier 5 upgrade, but it will be cheaper next turn, which is why we didn't do it right now. Flensburg can have this, but we skipped that for a reason. Riverlinsk, we skipped that for a reason as well, and there's nothing else. Alrighty, let's save the cash then. We'll hold on to it until next turn, And I do believe we're ready for said next turn. Yes, there's no sieges. We are not really in danger anywhere. I do expect at least some intercepts to happen eventually. They gotta happen. We got orcs and dwarfs moving around nearby, so skip the rest of this. Garrison Lord, outpost upgrade available with... I'm gonna do it one of these days just so we don't have to see it anymore, but not now. You know what? I do want to, however, take a look at... Yeah, you know what? Let's upgrade your outpost. A little bit expensive, but Queek is going to have some exiles of corn units in his army. Because I like the idea. And we'll replace these four with Knights of Corn, if we can, and then get Queek another unit of Storm Vermin. Yeah, it's fairly light on Storm Vermin for Queek, but we also have Tretch, who's a Storm Vermin Lord, and we can't have... Oh, no. Oh, I don't like that at all. Man, this is going to screw up our... Oh, exiles, come on, man. Why you gotta do this? These guys were offering us 1,000 gold per turn. And they do quite like us. But they're also a tiny, tiny faction down here. A shame to lose the gold and all the military access and stuff, but to be fair, we were also going to be killing Khemri at some point. So Scarby, I guess we'll do this for now, but you better not screw us over again, or we'll have to kill you ourselves. Enter war on side of ally. Wait, just to check, we do have Misty Mountain that is bordering their territory. Well, I guess that will be something for Corpable to handle, or at least another thing for Corpable to handle, because clearly he did not have enough things to handle over the last few turns. We'll definitely need to send another army down there, and you know what? I was gonna send Mutant up here, but, well, the Mutant could move down there. He could take care of it. Yeah, alright, fine. Enter war on side of ally. Annoying as that may be. Damn it, Scarbrand. Oh, Jiao Ming, let me guess, you want to cancel our do we even have a trade agreement? Yeah, oh man. We just lost 2 trade agreements. One of them, I think that one was worth like 3k per turn. That's a pretty big swing in terms of money, we gotta be careful. Maybe we try to get a new trade agreement going. And what do we have here? Fort Oberstyre. I don't remember where that is. It's up north, right? It's, oh, yes. It's near the, oh, we don't have Warp Bomb here. Now, there's no point in fighting this without Warp Bomb. It's near the Undead territories. Alright, fine, just gotta resolve this. It's fine. We got armies, we got them coming. And they'll deal with it. And Mordheim we've been expecting to lose for a while. A little bit disappointed that Festus doesn't help us out. I know that they're not at war, but still damn. And once again, if there's no Warp Bomb, there's no reason to fight these. I'll let them take those. Ah, this is Cyanlet. Okay, well, we could try to hurt some units. We do have wall strength up at max. So we may be able to at least damage some of the Black Orcs. The problem is I doubt that we can kill them, and once again, we have no Warp Bomb available. Yeah, but nonetheless, we could hurt a few units. You know what? Let's quickly play through this. Very quickly. I'm just going to speed through it. Bokbok's going to get a cinematic battle as he tries to take all these territories back, but that'll be in a little bit. This isn't worth fighting cinematically because we basically have no real units on the field. I do wonder what kind of towers we have here, and whether they'll be sufficient to kill the Black Orcs. And maybe the enemy cav if there are no breaches. I think it's a tier 3, so hopefully it's the Warp Lightning towers rather than the stupid rat sniper nest towers, because those are kind of terrible. Start deployment. Alright, so you go here. Clan rats. I just need you to activate as many towers as possible. Have them all attack everywhere. Yeah, we don't have enough clan rats to put them everywhere, but, well, once again, what can you do? You can go here. No, you know what? You can go here. You... Oh, really? There's no second tower up there. That's unfortunate. And yeah, we got more reinforcements coming. Well, that's life. You can go here, you can go... I guess you can go up here. You know what, maybe we put the storm vermin here. Nah, they're not gonna hurt... It's not gonna be able to hurt the Ragnarok, is it? Although... Dusty... what's the likelihood that we can kill him by surrounding him with storm vermin? Small, but it exists. Which is why we're gonna put all the Night Runners here. Maybe that'll work. I'm not sure. We probably... I'm not sure. We may want this tower active. Is there anybody we can put on that? Anybody who's been left out? You and you. Okay, so we got a couple of units. You then can go here, where this gate is. This is probably taking a little bit longer to set up, but hey, a little bit of damage into the enemy army is still worth our time. And then you go here, and then we'll put Cyanlet here. Alright, lovely. Where, if anywhere, do we want to build towers? We could build a bunch of tier 1 towers. Yeah, you know what, I think that's probably the best course of action. Build tier 1 tower here. And let's build another tier 1 tower. Well, this place is gonna get ripped apart by the Ragnarok, so yeah. Let's do that. Alright, start battle. What kind of towers do we have? Let's find out. Fire on those black orcs, please. Come on, what do we have? It is a warp lightning tower. Okay, that's not horrible. Should be a little bit of damage at the very least. And you need to target the Black Orcs. You need to target, I guess, the Boar Boy Biggins. And you wait here to dish out some damage. Alright, let's speed it up. And let's see what Dusty does. Will he land up in the air? Or will land up in the air? That made sense. I want all of you firing at Dusty, yes. It doesn't matter if you killed all of our own units. No, just stay back here. Stay back here and fire on him. You guys can get off the wall. It's fine. Let him come down. Alright, those Black Orcs are starting to take damage. Yeah, he's not taking nearly as much damage as I would have thought, or I would have liked at the very least. Alright, let's get another tower up and running. I swear I saw one back here, yes. Like so. Yeah, I fear that we're not going to be able to do too much. Alright, how's Dusty looking? Yeah, he's in pretty good shape, unfortunately. These guys are kind of having trouble attacking him. Honestly, not enough way to fire. I guess you guys can get down from there. Get down from there. I really wish we had Warp Bomb here. Like so, and like so. Just keep firing, and let's speed it up. Ah, guys, come on. Move down. There you go. They're gonna run out of ammunition. They're hurting him, but it's just not enough. All right, Silent. Is the enemy through? Well, they're certainly starting to get through. We have another Warp Lightning. And that unit of Clan Rat Spears is at least very badly damaged. Black Orcs are not actually fighting anybody? All right, fine. You guys move here. I'd love to overcast a Warp Lightning on them. Like... So once they blob up, we'll do it. If they want to blob up. Alright, cast them now. They're moving. And those stone trolls are going to be an issue as well. Alright, how's Dusty looking? Well, he's at half HP. Let's summon some storm vermin there. Everybody else keep focus firing Dusty. And you are going to have to come down. Well, maybe. Alright, come on, a few more shots. If we just can kill him, this would already be quite worth our time. Hopefully he doesn't rout before he just dies. That is so many shurikens. Come on, a few more. Get a full volley in there. I think he's level 26 or something, so if he dies here... Well, I mean, he's immortal, but... at the very least, that's not a fairly high-level lord that we'll have to face off against. Come on, and that did indeed bring him down. Absolutely lovely. Alright, that made it worth it, because the auto-resolve would definitely not have allowed that unit to... continue, or to be killed like that, or you know what I mean. You guys move back, and I guess you can fire on the Ragnarok. You can move in, and we can start building more towers. Alright. You know what? Let's build a tier 4 tower. You should not be fighting at all. Oh, there's another lord there. I wonder if we could lead him away somewhere. You back off. Let the other towers continue to do their damage. It's probably not going to be much, and our entire army will probably run away shortly, but nonetheless. Yeah, fire on those black orcs as well. Beautiful. Silent, come here. And let's speed it up to max. Battle should be over soon. There we go. 2,000 point tower. Build that up. How are those black orcs looking? Still alive. Storm Vermin help out. You guys keep firing on them. And, oh, the Arachnarch hasn't actually broken through the gate. Huh, that's a little bit surprising. I thought it had. And these guys are running out of ammunition, but maybe we'll destroy another unit and a unit of Black Orc, so it's not just Dusty. Once again, looks pretty worthwhile to me. Alright, everybody else keep running. And speed it back up. And you come here, maybe get some casts on the enemy. And there we go. Once again, lots of ammunition gone. I wonder if we could kill this this lord. Probably unlikely, but give it a try. Probably gonna kill a lot more of your own units than the enemy lord. But anyway, and keep going. I ran out of ammunition. If we had some ammunition upgrades, would have been swell. All right, nearly done here. The rest of our army should be routing shortly. And just keep running around, maybe cast something like that. You guys can come here. I'm not even going to bother controlling anything else, just want to cast a few more spells. The enemy will heal up to full, so most of the rest of this damage won't matter. Ooh, there are 5 black orcs. Try to kill at least 1 or 2 of them. Okay, they're down to 4. I hope that is a non-viable unit. I don't know how many of them need to survive for it to remain alive, but I guess we're about to find out. Alrighty. In my opinion, just killing Dusty was very much worth it. We were never going to hold that place against 4 armies or whatever it was. Now the problem is they will probably move past this and go to Kirak. Well, actually no, we want them to go to Kirak Vlag. They'll go to the other place. Kirak Doom, I think? I don't remember the name of the location. Granted, it's not going to make too much of a difference, but we'll probably have to move Bok to counter them in some way. And we'll see to the degree to which they stay together. Alrighty, they are going to occupy it. And they will indeed move past here, but are they close enough to get to Kirak Vlag? Archaon, you want a military alliance. You know what? I know you're not a huge fan of Wintertooth, and we love Wintertooth, but yes. We'll ally with Archaon. Siggy, no point in allying with you, you're basically dead. I think you have 1 territory remaining and it's about to get destroyed, so yeah. You will be gone for good very shortly. We may actually need to help some of our other allies as well. You want us to join war against the elves? Do we not look busy to you, Bellicor? Why must you be so incompetent? I guess that's what the Chaos Gods have been asking for so long. Oh, okay. Alrighty, what do we have here? Thorgard Cromson and Zamnel Starkeeper are attacking this. Now, this is once again one of those situations where we may want to fight the last stand battle just to damage the enemy army. So another mutant clone will fall, but we have plenty more mutant clones where that came from. Yeah, let's fight this real quick. We're not going to win it because obviously we have garbage here. But it's just for the purpose of damaging them, so that Chargelock, who is coming up to fix this situation, can deal with slightly less enemies. Here we go. Alright, mutant clone, let's see how long you can survive. Now, obviously, we could have just auto-resolved this. We have no chance of really winning this, but there is no guarantee that we'll get a nice cinematic battle elsewhere in this episode, so I'd rather guarantee it now. Plus, as I've said before, I do enjoy watching the occasional last stand, so this might be a pretty decent one. I do wish that we had more than Skaven slaves in the in the mutant clone's army. Just a little bit more artillery would have also been nice, but oh well, I'm sure we should be able to at least kill a few units, especially as the enemy reinforcement army is starting very, very far away down this passageway, and on top of that they're dwarfen units, so they're going to be quite slow in getting to us. Should be a decent enough time for, or a decent amount of time rather, for us to make good use of our artillery, limited though it is. Alrighty, so we're going to begin firing on whatever we can reach here, mostly because the enemy artillery is not in range, but we will of course be focusing them as soon as we can. Of course, the Rangers or Quarrelers, or actually those are Rangers and Thunderers, are in range as well, so they may be a better option once we perhaps summon a menace below on top of that artillery piece. The same exact thing is going on over on this side. We did move out a unit of Skaven slave spears in front, and we are just going to allow the enemy to waste their satchel charges on it. Frankly, I'd rather these satchel charges be wasted rather than directly charge the enemy, only for them to eventually chuck their satchel charges at better units later on. We've also summoned our first unit of the menace below on top of the enemy organ guns here. Whether the enemy reacts or not, I suppose, shouldn't matter all that much, as the enemy artillery should be in pretty bad shape after that. We also have our own artillery, who should be firing down into this blob shortly, if they can manage to do so. Keep waiting to see those artillery shots coming over the cliffside there, but at the very least, the slingers are doing the same sort of thing. And we did position a unit of slingers up on this ridge, with our artillery piece behind them. And a similar sort of thing on this side as well. Artillery piece plus 2 units of slingers on the ridge. And as we can see, our artillery piece has started to do damage. It's got 10 kills, which isn't anything crazy, but the last few shots seem to have landed right in the middle of this blob, which ain't too bad. The enemy units are also moving through this minor supply location rather than going directly up towards this point, which is actually fairly good for us, as it will allow us more time to build up towers. And this is the best point to hold in the entire map, because it has 6 towers attached to it, so could get a little bit more value out of that at the very least. Otherwise, we're just going to hold the bridges as best we can, but we might also move forward just to counteract the enemy and to allow us to fire more on the enemy units with our own artillery pieces. Speaking of, there we go, we've sighted some, I want to say, slayers there, and taken a few out with our first few volleys, and I'm sure more will follow as well. Alrighty, and while these slayers are being bombarded here, I have to move my cat, so 1 second. Sorry about that, and while the Slayers may have walked off the screen, fortunately our artillery piece has switched targets to this Thunderer unit, which has already lost a third of its HP as well. And that said, the balance of power is just a sliver of for us, and well, maybe, I don't know, 15-20%, probably not 20. But yeah, well, we knew this was not going to go well, but we are doing some damage, as we can plainly see. This Thunderer unit is pretty much dead. This bridge is looking like it's doing a very solid amount of work. And that artillery piece firing down into these blobs, killing Slayers, Rangers, and Thunderers alike. And on top of that, all these units here are relatively light in armor, so our slingers are doing some damage as well. Ooh, the organ guns are firing back, but it does look like the bridge is protecting us, at least to some degree, so the enemy is wasting shots there. Very nice. I gotta remember to use these bridges a little bit more often. If we had better range units to put up there, it would have been swell. We did try it once with a rattling gun, and it does seem that the rattling guns can't really fire from the edge of it, unfortunately. But oh well, at least the slingers are doing some work. It does seem that this Thunderer unit is likely to die, and the enemy organ guns may be surrounded and killed by that clan rat unit, if we can manage to pull that off. Otherwise, some Iron Breakers have arrived and absolutely destroyed a unit of Skaven slave spears with their with their charges, but that's once again just fine. I'd really rather them waste the blasting charges on those. The miners here have used up all their ammunition and are pretty much dead, but more importantly, the hammerers that are supporting them are in very bad shape as well, and due to both artillery fire as well as the night runners continuing to focus them down, and it looks like a couple of warp lightning spells hit them here, as we can still see the clan Skryre clanstone. Alrighty, and hello, if it isn't some slayers who have arrived to try to take over our main victory location. Can't be letting them have that, so we do send in 2 units of clan rats. Actually, 1 unit of clan rats and 1 unit of Skaven slaves. But actually, I would think that the Skaven slaves aren't too bad of a pick to annoy slayers with. Certainly they will die in droves, but because of the slayers' lack of armor, they should be able to damage them. Their melee defense is 53, so it's fairly decent. It looks like the Thunderers are coming up, but they're down to 21 units, and this unit at the very least will be done for shortly. Another menace below has also been summoned on top of the enemy flame cannons, and it looks like we've been able to stop both of these guys from firing. Very nice. The enemy is moving into our settlement, unfortunately, but once again, that was always going to happen, but we are doing damage, so I'll certainly take that. These rangers are firing right into the back of one of our plague claws, but that's okay. It looks like the enemy has also moved a unit of iron drakes with troll hammers to stand right on this minor location where both a unit of slingers and our artillery piece can fire directly at them. Certainly an elite unit worth destroying, and it does look like our plague claws should be able to take it out eventually. Now, those miners are nearly down to a man or to a dwarf there. Will be done for as well, and then we'll have to switch to those rangers with great weapons. I do wish we could take out these organ guns, but it's kind of being difficult to target them while there are other units that need to be focused down, or else we'll get hit in range. The Slayers are also in pretty bad shape, down below half HP right in the middle here, and more units are arriving to reinforce. There's also a unit of Iron Drakes with Trollhammer torpedoes that, rather than fighting at range, has decided they want to move right in the middle and fight us in melee. And that's just fine. The Clan Rats may have a difficult time breaking through all that armor, but they can certainly surround them, and we do have a 2,000 point explosive tower up now to help out and shoot them. Mutant's Clone is also moving around in the background. He's nearly killed a Thunderer unit and will be going after the remnants of these artillery pieces in the hopes of destroying them shortly as well. Alright, well, we're certainly achieving something. We are starting to take a lot of damage on a decent amount of our units, but that's okay. And this is one of the situations where the enemy's leadership is absolutely working against them. Generally, I do find it annoying fighting the dwarfen AI in particular. Both dwarfs generally have high leadership, but on top of that, the AI and its cheating / the difficulty giving it leadership bonuses means it's very hard for them to break. And while usually it's annoying to fight dwarfs that will fight down to the last dwarf, it is often a good thing when they're willing to just stand there and fight to the death when we're also fighting to the death, because this means enemy units will be destroyed in full, rather than trying to escape. Case in point, this ranger unit has 3 units remaining, and the rest will be done for shortly. Huh. And it does seem like the slingers kill them pretty bloodlessly, don't they? Hey, stop moving. I wanted to see your death animations here. Yeah, so they basically just got knocked out / bruised to death by those slings, apparently. Well, I guess it's not like they make much of a wound through armor, after all. Oh, and it looks like these Slayers are down to 8 units as well, so the Clan Rats should be able to take care of them, and that's yet another unit that won't be coming back. Oh, nice little leap there, Slayer. You should probably run, flee, but, you know, you don't know that this is your final hour. Alrighty, speaking of final hours, we have also moved our mutant clone in, and he's done a little bit of damage to the enemy. He's popped a Crack's Call and hit this enemy blob with it, and is going to follow up with a Warp Lightning right in the middle of it as well. It's not going to do anything crazy, but it will damage this army a little bit. Yeah, pretty good if the enemy is blobbed up sufficiently. If we had had a Plague or a more damaging spell, man, this would have been such a bad formation. But unfortunately, Crack's Call isn't really a very good spell. At least I've never found it to be a particularly good spell, so even hitting right in the middle of this, it's not all that threatening. If we had a Wind of Death or an Infernal Gateway, a Pit of Shades, honestly, I would have even taken a Purple Son of Zareus right in the middle of that, even though it would have immediately moved away. It would have been absolutely devastating. Not a Flamestorm, though. I have atrocious luck with Flamestorm, and it never goes in the direction it's supposed to. Frankly, neither does Purple Sun, but I've occasionally had opportunity to actually do damage with that spell. Flamestorm just hates me. And the feeling is somewhat mutual, and I say somewhat because the spell looks cool and I keep using it, damn it. Alrighty, well, it looks like the enemy units of Iron Drakes with Trollhammer torpedoes that decided to move into melee are now completely surrounded. They're also starting to get focused down by the tower in addition to these clan rats, so we should be able to take out this unit. Speaking of towers, we are building up a second explosive tower on the field as well, so that should help out a little bit before the enemy main host gets here. But it does look like while they are coming in to relieve their friends and will probably kill the rest of our forces, we are going to damage them very, very heavily. And I don't mean these guys, I mean their friends as well. And they're all moving, mutants just, or mutant clone is moving parallel to them all. And coming in to once again get a few more casts in before he dies, or before the rest of our army routes as well. Still, enemy dwarves continue to fight to the death, and that's just fine. You keep that up. Alrighty, how are our artillery pieces doing? One of them's very badly damaged, but is also nearly out of ammunition, and it looks like this one's almost out of ammunition as well. So even if we had been able to see off that army, we would have run out of ammunition on our artillery and just been unable to kill the second one. Still, it's looking like it's these guys have done a pretty darn decent job. The enemy troop count has dropped by nearly 1,000 troops, although I feel like a few of them probably just ran off the map. It still feels very much worthwhile. And these guys did a very decent job. Alrighty, how are those Trollhammer torpedoes? 10 units remaining, though they are unfortunately still alive. We are going to target the rest of the enemy blob here with our artillery as they try to move in. Very unlikely that we'll actually be able to kill any of the units, but maybe we can hold them back and do sufficient damage so that they can't actually heal in a single round, which would be a good thing as it will allow extra time for Charge Lock to move in, or possibly for one of our allies, like the War Host of the Apocalypse's army, several of which are nearby, to actually attack them. I do believe they are at war, they just refuse to fight each other. Anti-player bias is making sure that these guys target us, but that's just fine. We've dealt with plenty of this already, and I'm sure we'll be dealing with plenty more. Ooh, very nice shot. Oh, I love watching those Doom rockets hit. And man, these guys are in such a terrible position too for our artillery pieces. If we had like 3 more artillery pieces, it would have been fantastic. I'm sure they would have run out of ammunition, or nearly so, at this point as well, but look how much damage has been done to this army. Very nice. Unfortunately, Mutant Clone moving in to cast one more Crack's Call with the last of his mana. Let's see if he gets it off. Skryre Clanstone goes down, and there we go, there's that one more Crack's Call. But in addition to that, the Mutant Clone will get focused down by Iron Drakes and Rangers aplenty to eventually go down. That's okay though, there's a reason why we ordered mutant clones so many times, so that we could have expendable lords like this. And down he goes, and some Trollhammer torpedoes smash into some of those dwarfs as well. It looks like the Trollhammer, speaking of Trollhammer torpedoes, the ones that were here in the center have been destroyed to a dwarf. These Ironbreakers are very, very close to dying, but I'm not sure we can make that one happen. Otherwise, it looks like the rest of our army is just about to rout, as our lord's been incapacitated, and they can't do much more. This artillery piece is also out of ammunition. The other one has probably a shot or two left. And I think our third one is still able to fire. We'll able to get a few more shots up, but the Slayers will prevent it from firing shortly as soon as these clan rats are out, which I'm sure will be soon, as there is a very large area for them to attack here. Ooh, and here comes some regular Iron Drakes burninating our Plague Claws. I do love watching them work. And there we are, a Pyrrhic victory for Karakadrak, but it does look like their first army, at the very least, took a ton of damage. I think not too bad, considering all it essentially cost us was a single lord with a single temporary lord slash expendable lord, with a few Skaven slave units and 3 Plague Claws recruited for, what, 3,000 gold or something like that, taking out most of, by the looks of it, a elite army that is self-sufficient, as in doesn't cost the enemy AI anything. Certainly seems worthwhile. But let's see what the actual damage is before I get too much ahead of myself. Alright, you know, all things considered, I thought that was a pretty good last stand for a pretty inconsequential settlement. It basically destroyed this one army, and in fact could have done a little bit more damage. If we had had one more turn to prepare to global recruit more units, the funny thing is we probably could have actually won that, just by virtue of how much damage we dealt. We took out 3 artillery pieces as well, and almost took out that organ gun. A little bit disappointed that that couldn't happen. Same with these hammers and iron breakers, very close to being dead. But hey, pretty good. Pretty good job to that mutant, and Charge Lock should have no problem taking care of the rest of those guys. And Clan Pestilence arrives. Yes, there we go. We will obviously accept Lord Skroak, accept refugees. And what is this? Charge Lock of Clan Skryre. Loyalty versus control for all provinces. He's at 10 loyalty, so his loyalty is probably not a big deal. Let's spread counter rumors. And well, Sour Pig Kissa, you've moved right beside Queek and in March stance at that. That is a tremendously bad thing. Oh, and outpost lost because our poor allies are getting destroyed. Settlement lost, Fort Oberstyre, Northern Sylvania, that's fine. Mordheim, that's fine. Settlement lost, Uskalak, yes. And Frozen Landing, yes. Undercity destroyed Castle Drakenhof. Oh no. We were going to sack it for so much, but alas, piles of dwarfs are moving in through all this now, and that didn't work out, but I guess you can't have everything. A little bit disappointed about the amount of money that we used on all that, and you know, let's try to get some of it back. Destroy all this out of Schwarzhofen. It's gonna get destroyed by all these dwarfs anyway. Yeah, we're certainly losing ground in this particular settlement. Granted, it is at the edges of our territories, and there's more confederations, just like we did. Somebody's dead. A legendary lord available, wounded for, let's see how many turns. Alright, Lord Skroak. Level 21, not bad. We'll reset him as soon as he's up, and he will come up in 5 turns. Alrighty, well, Boilrin is going to get his army ready to go, so Skroak will have an army. Huh. Wait, didn't we just end the turn? How? Why didn't you have your full movement? Huh, a little weird, but anyway. We'll build a full stack for Skroak at Skaven Blight and then sent him out to, I guess, Lustria. We are at war with several factions there, and while we may be losing ground right now in, in the former Imperial territories, which is where all these losses are, we'll get it back in fairly short order. And Charge Lock on top of that probably doesn't need to go deal with Fort Straghoff, so he can simply move to help it and then jump over and start killing all these armies. So there are a decent amount of them there. Maybe a few of our allies could actually do something about all this as well, though I'd really prefer to take the territories for ourselves here. Anyway, a little bit of ground lost will have to be recovered next episode, unfortunately, as we are out of time. Throt will... I was actually expecting to see some orcs here. But if they're not coming here, maybe we move down to Karakadrin. Their capital is open for taking out. And we do need more armies out here, which is why I was hoping to get Snitch back, but you know what? We may want to start building Snitch's army here anyway. It'll be... we still need this to be able to build the Gutter Runners with Poison, which is going to be the main portion of Snitch's army, but we're getting there. Cyprus and Metable are also nearby to head off these armies, and honestly, if they take... they're not at war with the... well, some of them are at war with the ogres. Not as many as I'd like, mind you, but I'm sure we'll be able to take them out. We may even want to send Mutant number 2, who is still alive, unlike Mutant 3 and 4, out there. I think the mutant clones will have to, you know, earn themselves a name to differentiate them from other mutant clones. Some sort of variation, like somebody suggested with the solid liquid, etc. Yeah, we'll see if any of the mutants manage to do things. Anyway, with that, I am obviously going to call the episode here. I didn't realize Skarsnik was down here. He's no threat to Black Crag by himself, but it's certainly something we'll need to keep an eye on. Anyway, it looks like a lot of orcs have come out to play to take the place of the dwarfs that we destroyed. I'm not entirely sure Karazakarak is completely gone yet, as they may have jumped away somewhere, but they might very well be. We will be next episode pushing through to destroy the Crooked Moon orcs. We will also, be having to deal with the armies here with Corporal, and we may even attack them just outside their own settlement as well. We'll see about that. Then on top of that, Ikit is now done here at Brienne, so he's ready to bring the pain to the dwarfs and start heading off all of these armies back here. We do have a very good defeat rate on Ungrim after all. I'd like to get it on Ikit, and frankly, I'd like to get it on anybody we can get it on, so we're gonna try that. Garth will continue the destruction of the Broken Axe Greenskins, and lastly, as I was already saying, Charge Lock is gonna move towards Karakadrak. So, stay tuned for more rats. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. Retaking territory next time. And thanks for watching.